9 strange dog behaviors finally explained. Have you ever caught your dog doing something completely bizarre, like staring into space, circling before lying down, or even eating grass, and wondered, why on earth do they do that? Dogs have a whole repertoire of quirky behaviors that can seem mysterious to us, but often have roots in instinct, genetics, or simple dog logic. Understanding these odd behaviors not only satisfies our curiosity but can also give us insight into our dog's needs and health. So, let's dive into some of the most puzzling dog behaviors and uncover what might really be going on. 1. Circling before lying down. If you've seen your dog spin around in circles before finally lying down, you're not alone. This behavior might seem funny, but it actually has ancient roots. In the wild, wolves would circle to flatten the grass, leaves, or snow to create a soft and comfortable spot for sleeping. This circling also allowed them to check the area for any hidden dangers, like insects or predators. Although your dog is safe in your home, this behavior has been passed down through generations as part of their natural instincts. It's their way of making sure their bed is just right. 2. The zoom eyes, running wild out of nowhere. 1 minute, your dog is calm, and the next, they're zooming around the room or yard at top speed, seemingly for no reason. This sudden burst of energy, often called the zoom eyes, is a way for dogs to release pent-up energy. Dogs, especially puppies, need a lot of exercise and stimulation. When they haven't had a chance to burn off enough energy, they'll sometimes break into a zoomy session to let loose. It's completely normal and usually means your dog is happy and excited. Just make sure they have a safe space to run without bumping into furniture. 3. Sniffing other dogs' backsides. While we might find it awkward or even gross, sniffing each other's rear ends is a natural greeting for dogs. Dogs have scent glands near their tails that release pheromones, which provide a lot of information about them, such as their age, gender, mood, and even health status. When dogs meet, sniffing the backside is like a handshake or quick introduction, allowing them to gather important details about each other. This behavior is perfectly normal and is part of how dogs communicate and establish social relationships. 4. Tilting their head when you speak. Few things are as endearing as when a dog tilts their head as if they're trying to understand every word you're saying. This head tilt likely serves a few purposes. Firstly, it could help them locate where the sound is coming from, giving them a better idea of what you're saying or signaling. Secondly, it may be their way of concentrating on specific words or tones they recognize, like walk or treat. Some experts also believe dogs tilt their heads because they're responding to visual cues from us, especially if they can see our facial expressions more clearly from that angle. Whatever the reason, the head tilt is a sign that your dog is engaged and paying attention. 5. Eating grass. If you've ever wondered why your dog munches on grass even though you feed them a balanced diet, you're not alone. Dogs eat grass for various reasons, and it's usually not cause for concern. Some dogs eat grass to help with digestion or to induce vomiting if they're feeling queasy. Others might do it out of boredom or simply because they enjoy the taste and texture. While occasional grass eating is generally safe, excessive grass consumption could be a sign of a dietary deficiency or digestive issue, so it's best to consult your vet if you notice it happening often. 6. Licking people, or everything. Some dogs have an obsession with licking, whether it's you, the couch, or even the air. Licking can mean different things depending on the context. Dogs lick people to show affection or submission and to taste the salts on our skin. Licking objects, like the couch or floor, might be a way of exploring scents, or it could be a sign of boredom or anxiety. Some dogs even lick the air as a way to relieve stress. If licking becomes excessive, it may indicate a behavioral or health issue, so keep an eye on it and consult your vet if needed. 7. Burying their toys, or food. If your dog has ever buried a toy in the backyard or hidden a treat under a couch cushion, they're following an ancient survival instinct. Wild dogs and wolves would hide or cache excess food to eat later when prey was scarce. Domestic dogs don't need to worry about their next meal, but the instinct to hide valuable items is still there. If your dog frequently hides toys or bones, they're simply following their natural instinct. It's usually harmless, but if it becomes obsessive, you might want to limit the items they have access to. 8. Staring into space. Sometimes, dogs seem to stare off into space as if they're seeing something we can't. While it's tempting to think they're watching ghosts, this behavior usually has a simpler explanation. Dogs have very sensitive senses, and they may be hearing or smelling something that we can't detect, such as a faint sound or a distant scent. Occasionally, staring into space can indicate a medical issue, such as canine cognitive dysfunction or a neurological problem. If your dog seems disoriented or repeatedly stares blankly, it's a good idea to consult your vet. 9. Rolling in smelly stuff. One of the more confusing and stinky behaviors dogs have is rolling in things that smell terrible, like dead animals or animal droppings. While we might think it's disgusting, dogs have an evolutionary reason for this behavior. In the wild, wolves and other canines would roll in strong scents to mask their own smell, helping them stay undetected by prey or predators. Although your dog doesn't need to hunt, this instinct is still ingrained in them. If your pup loves a good roll in something smelly, try redirecting them to an acceptable spot to scratch or roll. Conclusion. Dogs have their own unique ways of understanding and interacting with the world, and some of their behaviors can seem downright strange from a human perspective. However, most of these quirks are rooted in instinct, evolution, or simple curiosity. By learning about these behaviors, we can better understand our furry friends and respond to their needs. So, the next time you see your dog circling, zooming, or tilting their head, you'll know there's a fascinating reason behind it. Each of these behaviors adds to the charm and mystery of dogs, reminding us that they're always just a little bit wild at heart. Understanding them brings us closer and strengthens the bond we share with these lovable, quirky companions.